The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
And good morning to you here at 5 a.m. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Chris Burton, who is in this morning for Alex. He's taken another day off. A couple got into a bit of trouble after apparently deciding to take a swim in an area that's off limits in Bakersfield. Take a look. Bakersfield firefighters were called out to the Beale canal near Beale Memorial Library after 5 last night. There, they found a man and woman stuck, unable to climb up the side wall and get out of the water. Fire crews tossed them a rope and a life vest, then placed a ladder up against the side of the canal. Both were able to climb up and out on their own. No one was hurt. Witnesses tell 17 News the pair had drifted there from the north side of Truxton at the mill house.
5:03 your time now, and making news around the nation. In Washington, a former White House aide has made stunning accusations about what former President Trump expected to happen on January 6th, also filling in key details about what was going on inside the West Wing that day. It came during a surprise hearing of the January 6th committee announced just 2 days ago. NBC's Chris Pallone has more.
That the testimony you're about to...
Testifying under oath, Cassidy Hutchinson, an aide to former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, told the committee President Trump knew there was a potential for violence on January 6th, but wasn't worried about his own safety as crowds gathered to hear him speak.
I overheard the president say something to the effect of, I don't effing care that they have weapons. They're not here to hurt me. Take the effing mags away. Let my people in.
Hutchinson said the president wanted to go to the Capitol where electoral votes were being counted and clashes had already started to break out, leading to a confrontation with Secret Service in the presidential SUV, which a senior staffer told her about afterward.
The president said something to the effect of, I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now. The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel."
A source close to the Secret Service tells NBC News both men in the SUV with the president are prepared to testify under oath that Mr. Trump never assaulted any agent or tried to grab the steering wheel. Hutchinson said she first learned about the president's wish to go to the Capitol a few days before the 6th from Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani. On that morning, she says the White House counsel gave her a warning.
Mr. Cipollone said something to the effect of, please make sure we don't go up to the Capitol, Cassidy. Keep in touch with me. We're going to get charged with every crime imaginable if we make that movement happen.
Hutchinson concluded saying both her boss, Mark Meadows, and Giuliani later sought presidential pardons. A Giuliani representative denies it, saying he did nothing wrong. Former President Trump attacked Hutchinson on social media, saying he barely knows her and denying her account of an altercation with Secret Service on January 6th. In Washington, Chris Pallone, NBC News.
5:05 now. Talks about making California an abortion sanctuary are heating up in Sacramento. The Assembly Judiciary Committee Tuesday passed a pair of abortion-related bills aiming to boost access to the procedure for those coming from in and out of state. SB 1142 establishes a fund using a blend of state dollars and private donations to increase funding for abortion services for low-income Californians and out-of-state residents. Opponents flagged their concerns with the fund.
May create a huge national abortion trafficking system open to widespread abuse and fraud.
As a reproductive freedom state, California must be prepared to treat patients who are seeking care in the state.
California Planned Parenthood says it's already seen an influx of out-of-state patients. The other bill passed in committee, SB 1245, would set up a pilot program in Los Angeles County to expand and improve access to abortion for those in and out of state. The update comes a day after lawmakers approved an amendment to the state constitution to guarantee the right to an abortion and contraception, which voters will ultimately decide on in November. The finalized state budget, which is expected to pass this week, includes $200 million to expand access to abortion in the state.
The traffic to our site just exploded on Friday with the Supreme Court decision overturning Roe. We went from about 3,500 visits in the days, each day previous to that decision, to 209,000 on the day of the decision. So just a sharp increase. We are providing information that we know people want. They want to know, how can I get my hands on these pills? Because access through mainstream channels is going to be cut off, we believe, in half the country.
Coming up this morning on the Today Show, the director of the Plan C, an online portal that provides information on how to get abortion pills, talks about demand since the decision. Yesterday, the HHS secretary pledged to make the abortion pill more available. More than 50% of all abortions are medication abortions, using a 2-pill regimen that the FDA has approved for up to 10 weeks into a pregnancy.
In our 17 News follow-up file this morning, a local family is speaking out about the shocking discovery they made inside a burrito from a local fast food restaurant. When 9-year-old Braylon Cush unwrapped her burrito from a Del Taco location off Merle Haggard Drive, her family says she found a pill that closely resembles the synthetic and powerful painkiller known as fentanyl inside. 17's Christian Galeno spoke with the family and tells us what the restaurant had to say.
Saturday night dinner featured tacos, burritos, and they say a very unpleasant surprise for the Cush family.
We're sitting around the dinner table, eating.
As the family was enjoying their food, their 9-year-old Braylon unwrapped a burrito and...
I took 2 bites of my burrito and I was gonna take my second one and I found a pill.
The puzzled 9-year-old alerted her parents.
The pill was pressed against on the outside layer of the burrito.
I don't take no medicine or nothing, only if my stomach hurts and stuff. So I don't know pills and all that, so I just asked my mom.
The family says a blue pill indented with a letter M quickly raised many red flags as it closely resembles fentanyl pills. In a panic, they dialed for help and first responders arrived.
Gave us, supplied us with some Narcan, I guess some sprays, and then just to, basically told us symptoms to watch for throughout the night.
The sheriff's office is investigating and the pill is being analyzed at the sheriff's crime lab. Meantime, the restaurant says Del Taco is aware of the situation and is actively investigating this claim. We pride ourselves on food safety and quality and take seriously any claim that relates to it. We are committed to our guests and will continue to take the necessary steps to resolve this matter.
Never know, they could have unwrapped that, thought it was a piece of candy, ingested it. Where would they be at today?
I was just blessed that I'm here till this day because God, basically saved me. So I'm just blessed for that.
For 17 News, I'm Christian Galeno.
Well, KCSO says it can take anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks to process that pill and determine what it is.
5:09 now. The Bakersfield Police Department's asking for help finding a missing 2-year-old believed to be in the company of his mother. Police say Josiah Felix was last seen with his mom on June 26th during visitation. Josiah was wearing a gray t-shirt and gray shorts. His mother, Lisette Felix, is 4'11", about 98 pounds, and has brown hair and brown eyes. Police say Lisette may be driving a blue Saturn Ion sedan with an unknown license plate. If you have any information on their whereabouts, you're asked to call Bakersfield Police at 327-7111. And the Kern County Sheriff's Office is asking for help finding a 15-year-old boy who's been missing for a week. This is a picture of Keith Connor. According to KCSO, he was last seen June 20th. He is 6'1", about 170 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. He also wears glasses and has braces. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call the Sheriff's Office at 861-3110 or Secret Witness at 322-4040. Candlelight vigil was held in Texas yesterday for migrants found in a San Antonio tractor trailer. Residents in San Antonio gathered at a local park to remember the 51 people who lost their lives in the back of that semi-truck. It was discovered Monday. Many spoke of their own personal experiences during the vigil. Officials uncovered a gruesome scene when they found dozens of people locked in the trailer during triple-digit heat. More than 40 were already dead. The death toll has risen to 51. Several others, including several children, are still recovering in area hospitals.
5:32 your time now, and an update now on a story we've been watching closely. The 1-cent sales tax increase measure is officially on the November ballot. Kern County supervisors are placing the tax on the ballot after a vote held yesterday. The proposed sales tax increase applies to unincorporated areas in Kern, like Oildale, matching the rate of incorporated cities. This would affect the population of more than 300,000 people in those unincorporated areas throughout Kern. 4th District Supervisor David Couch was the only supervisor to vote against the measure.
Nobody wants to put this even on the ballot because we don't want people to have to pay more. I think we'll see the impacts of that within a couple of years, 2 to 3 years, certainly within 5 years.
The county estimates at least $55 million every year in additional income from this tax, but it would not be applied to groceries, food, pet food, fertilizer, and more.
The Kern County supervisors also discussed a citizens petition limiting term limits for county supervisors. Kern residents will take up this issue in November. A group of activists called We Are Kern County kicked off a campaign in March in hopes of limiting Kern supervisors to 2 terms or 8 years total. There's currently no limit on how long supervisors can sit on the board. The 26,000 signatures required to put the term limit proposal up for a vote were officially verified.
A data breach has potentially exposed the personal information of anyone with a California concealed weapon permit. The breach came amid the launch of the California Department of Justice's new firearms dashboard portal. Officials say the database was an attempt to make information meant to be public more open and accessible. Fresno County Sheriff Margaret Mims told our sister station KC, in this case, it looks like too much information accidentally went public.
Well, we don't have information that there was an actual hack. What could have happened is that access was approved when it shouldn't have. That particular part of their database should have been hidden when in fact it wasn't.
Thousands of Kern County residents have concealed carry permits. Department of Justice officials are currently investigating just how much information was available. The database has since been taken down.
5:35 now. A new report by California Attorney General Rob Bonta found that hate crimes in our state shot up more than 30% from 2020 to 2021, the highest recorded increase since after the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Bonta released the report yesterday with an announcement of a new program to combat hate crimes. He says the Department of Justice is hiring a hate crime coordinator to raise awareness of resources and encourage more reporting of the crimes. Officials hope that by better tracking hate crimes across different cities and communities, law enforcement and prosecutors can bring more criminals to justice.
We know that, not all the time are agencies able to track this information. There are folks who are attacked who are fearful of having discussions with government or who think that reporting won't matter. And I think the other thing to note is for every incident of a hate crime, there are many other incidents and manifestations of hate and racism and discrimination.
Hate crimes against the Asian American Pacific Islander community shot up dramatically since the pandemic began. Hate crimes motivated by sexual orientation jumped more than 50%.
Looking ahead to this weekend with the July 4th holiday less than a week away, our local fire departments are launching a new website where you can report illegal fireworks. The website can be used for residents in both the city and the county. The site is already up and running, and you can find the link on our website, kget.com. Fire officials stress that residents should not call 911 to report those illegal fireworks, and that 911 should be used only for emergencies. Of course, the safest way to celebrate is to go to a fireworks show put on by professionals, and you can actually find a list of the fireworks events happening this weekend on our website, kget.com.
Air District officials are warning San Joaquin Valley residents about the dangers personal fireworks pose to our local air quality. The district says personal fireworks contain soot, ash, and metals that can cause serious health effects. Residents are advised to attend a professional community fireworks show as a safer and more spectacular source of Independence Day entertainment.
And speaking of those professional community shows, we're making it easier for you. Again, our website has a list of Kern County fireworks shows for the 4th of July that will be open to the public. Again, go to our website, kget.com, search fireworks. You can find the show that works best for you. We've got 5 or 6 up there.
Space Systems Command and Virgin Orbit National Systems are preparing for liftoff this morning at Mojave Air and Spaceport. The mission will deliver 7 payloads for the Department of Defense Space Test Program to orbit. It's an experimental payload to help develop a wide range of technologies. They'll be air-launched from Virgin Orbit's Launcher 1 rocket dubbed Cosmic Girl after taking off from Mojave Air and Spaceport and flying a prescribed aerial racetrack course over the Pacific Ocean.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.